we're staying in, what's the name of this hotel, Michelle?
Palacio Canton.
And there's Michelle.
I'm just working out where we're going for lunch.
There is a fridge and a freezer and a TV. And just outside here is the main hotel. We're at the end of the hallway, room 21. So we've got a king-side bed with bedside lamps, dressing table there. Sorry, it's got a little messy already. Air conditioning, wardrobe. In here we got the bathroom, which is quite a big size bathroom. Nice big shower. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Outside the room here, room number 22, so there's another room just opposite us. At this end of the hotel, the rooms are a little darker because the windows just look out onto these hallways. As you go further up the hotel, the rooms get lighter. But we decided to go with a slightly bigger room, just for space and comfort. You're paying around about 650 pesos a night for a hotel room like this, which is really good value. It includes a very simple breakfast. I'm talking a little bit of cake and maybe an apple and some coffee. So far, overall, I'm really impressed with the hotel. If I had any sort of negatives, I'd say the water pressure is really, really low, but the Wi-Fi has made up for that by being pretty good. Let me see if I can get a quick clip of the coffee. So it's these little vacuum sealed packs of coffee in a simple drip machine, but I can tell you now, this is absolutely delicious. But this is the first time I've had drip coffee that I want to take away with me. So I'm going to have a word with the manager, see if we can get a few packs to take back home with us. Above this blue building, this is a sort of, for want of a better word, like a honeymoon suite. So you actually get the room and you get this sort of outside seating area. Let me just show you. So you can see this room comes with this entire outside seating area. We did think about going for this room, but they're just doing some repairs at the moment. But you can see here, it's got a 4-poster bed, same as our room. It has the coffee and the fridge and refrigerator, sorry, the fridge and freezer, television. I'll just sneak in here quickly. You can see they're doing a few repairs to the room, but you would have all this private area to yourself to have breakfast, which is perfect. This is Maria. Oh, hola, Maria. This is Maria. She's absolutely lovely. This is the lady that tidies the room. There is Maria and Reina. And yeah, what can I say? Michelle is coming. Okay, we arrived last night in Valladolid, and we found a great little mom and pop, a sort of family-owned restaurant, which we ate at late after we arrived, and we're going to go there today. Apparently she's got daily specials on, so we thought we'd take you along for the ride. So this is the hotel, Palacio Canton. Now a little bit about this hotel. We just cross over into the sun so you can see the building. Apparently, and if I can find more information about this, it used to be a church many years ago, and then the Mexican government had a sort of clamp down on churches, and they tried to close most of the Catholic churches down. So this place was basically cancelled as a church. I'm not sure of the dates exactly. But it's fascinating to me. By the way, if you're looking to rent places in most Mexican towns, you'll see a lot of signs up, "Serenta," meaning for rent, and there's often a WhatsApp or a telephone number you can call. It's definitely the best way if you're looking for a place to rent, short-term or long-term. So yeah, it was at one time a church, and then that got cancelled. I don't know what the government were doing, whether this was back in the last century or whether it goes back even earlier than that. But you can see a lot of memorabilia in the hotel showing some of the history of the hotel. Now I thought at one time Canton might have referenced Cantonese. I guess that's because we're from Hong Kong, or we're Hong Kongers, and you always think of Canton, but of course it's a French word, Canton, so interesting. So our hotel is on Calais Forte. We think, if we remember rightly, that the restaurant we're looking for is on 37, so up this street here. Now we'll also do a first look at Valladolid when the sun's gone down a little bit, it's not so hot. I will take you out for a first wander around, but it's pretty hot at the moment. I think it's about 37, 38 degrees Celsius, whatever that is in Fahrenheit. As with a lot of these countries where the heat gets very high at midday, it's usually better to go out and walk around the streets after the sun has gone down. Voilà. Love bug. They call them Vocho in Mexico, the Volkswagen Beetles, and there are millions of them all over. The amazing thing is so many of them are held together by bits of string and bits of tape. There we go, another Vocho. Well, that's a good example of one, very tidy. That'll be an old 1970s Volkswagen Beetle, I'm guessing, but that's a very tidy looking one. So just up here on the left is our little restaurant. It's on the corner of 38 and 37. And it goes to show how great hospitality can have you coming back time and time again, because the girl in here, or both the girls that were serving us in here, La Cocina da Lupita, she was absolutely so nice. The Valladolid taxis are orange coloured, and we cross over. The kitchen of the butterflies. Hola. Now you sort of have to put a mask to go in, but you know these girls are. We're going to say hola. It's okay. Buenas tardes. So the kitchen of the butterflies. Well, there's a lot more staff in here today. This is the lovely lady Bianca who we saw yesterday. Bianca. So what was the special today, Bianca?
It's albóndigas, pero no half.
No?
Half albóndigas.
Oh, we missed it. We came too late. No problem. We'll... So we missed... We don't know. See, she remembers us, I think, from yesterday. So you've obviously got to get here early because it's been very popular and they've sold out. What time would you say it is, Michelle? It's about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock? Yeah, so we are a bit late. We had a few things to do this morning to entertain you guys, so it's your fault. But not to worry, we've gone for the chicken grill and Michelle's gone for the pork chop. I'm also going to have my favourite, the Mexican Cokes here. Michelle's trying not to drink the sweet drink, so she's going to have some water. So just say quickly hello to the chef and the girls in the kitchen. So it's a shame we missed the daily special. The way she described it to us yesterday sounded really good. For example, last night when we came here, they had chicken fajitas. Now, I think I took a photograph. It was absolutely delicious, really great dish. So hence we've come back here today to get the special, which we missed.
We thought we were going to be too early.
But it doesn't matter. I'm going with the something like a chicken schnitzel of some sort. Muchas gracias. ¿Este en sopa?
Es frijol.
Frijol. And it comes with, this is a sort of gratuitous, they give this to you for free when you arrive here. Now what you're getting basically, I'll just bring the camera down, is you've got this delicious soup with onions, cebolla, and it's a bean soup. Basically, it's like a refried bean soup. So it's a little appetizer. But also here, we've got some fresh tortillas. Beautiful, fresh masa tortillas, which I actually like to dip in this. I'm not sure if you're meant to. Look at this, gorgeous, soft, freshly made masa tortillas, dipped into this little bean soup. It's a delicious little starter. Gracias, thank you. Oh, here comes my half a litre of Mexican Coke. We've been asked by a few people, is the ice safe to drink in Mexico? 99% of the time I say it is. There is one thing, if you're at all uncertain and it's a small vendor, you might find there's a little hole through the centre, almost like a sort of round ice. But in a restaurant like this, they're making their own ice cubes, which is perfectly fine. I know they'll be making this with fresh distilled water, and I'm 99% sure this is perfectly safe. But if you're on the street and you're not sure, you can either just refuse the ice altogether, or if it's got a hole, so it's like a tube, that ice is safe. It's produced outside of the restaurant. They can't make that sort of ice in these small places. So it's a little unusual. This place is making its own ice, but I have no worries about it. Oh, I love this. It's nice. Do you like it, Michelle?
Very good. Not spicy at all, it's just nice.
No, it's not spicy. It's
Flavoursome beans.
It is. It's almost like a refried bean, but maybe in a little bit of a stock. Delicious. I like this little restaurant also because it's on the corner, on the esquina, and it means that whichever way you look, out this door or out this door, you've got a view. It does mean there's constant traffic, but I think that kind of adds to the charm of this little restaurant. A lot of places in this region will give you a sopa de lima, which is a lemon soup, a lime soup really, and that's really delicious. But I think this is a much, no, I wouldn't say nicer, but it's a good alternative, isn't it?
Sopa de lima's got chicken in it, so it's a more wholesome, more filling soup.
Yes. Chin chin. You want a little slurp of Coke? No?
Fills me up.
Michelle finds the Coke just fills her up and then she can't eat the food that's given here. I guess it does me too, but I've got a bigger appetite. I don't know whether to go for the glass or the bottle. Pork chop, wow. Oh, gorgeous. Thank you. Gracias. Provecho, gracias. So we look at this. So there's some rice, a little pasta, some salad, and grilled chicken breasts, a little bit of salad. Michelle has got pork chops, which is basically what she's got. I mean, what have you got there? Some
Avocado,
grilled onions?
Red onions
Also,
and tomato sauce.
Avocado, red onions, a little salsa, and a whole lot. 3 huge, great big pieces of pork chop. So you've given me a little bit of pork to try, Michelle. Mm-hmm. Little pork chop. Oh, that's really good. Really well seasoned.
Now I give you a bit with my salsa on.
Oh, okay. She's only doing that because she wants a bit of my chicken.
And I've got lots. Thank you.
So here's the pork chop with the salsa on it. We had a camera malfunction. It's so hot, even the GoPro switched itself off. A little thing came up on the screen. Your camera is too hot. Anyway, I've saved that bit of pork with the salsa on of Michelle's. That's a tomato salsa, very delicious. But I just want to add the chicken here. Really nicely seasoned. So tender. Now mine comes with the salad and the pasta and the rice, a lot of carbohydrates. Michelle's dish is pretty much keto friendly. You think, Michelle, there's no carbohydrates at all?
No carbohydrates. Avocado, onion, tomato salsa, and pork chop.
Anyway, let's get on and eat. What can I say? That was delicious. Really good food. Now, the price of a meal here, each of these dishes is about 100 pesos, and the Coke will probably be about 20. So about 220 pesos plus the water. Michelle's might be similar sort of price. Michelle's going to leave an empty plate as well. I think that's a perfect meal for you, isn't it? Without all the carbohydrates. Ideal. It's what I should have had. Not that mine wasn't delicious. So I just had a quick chat with the chef here, David. Lovely guy. You saw him at the beginning of the video. And he was saying how they make the soup. It's actually with the beans, which they soak overnight in a little salt water to soften. And then he adds a little bit of pork fat, onions, cebolla, bit of salt. But he also, when he's cooking it, he puts a habanero chili in, but he takes the habanero out at the end, so it doesn't make it too hot or spicy. Okay, what a lovely place. The Butterfly Cafe. It's on the corner of 38. You can see there, 38 and 37. It's green, although actually, if you look on Google Street Maps, it changes colour depending on which side of the street you're on. So go and check that out. Corner of 38 and 37. Highly recommend. Back into the heat. That was quite delicious.
It was very good. I've got half my water, so I'm all right.
Oh, the queues are starting to form again, Michelle. I think it could be a queue in our place.